What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday morning, August 16th. I've been out of town this week in southern Louisiana working, and so wasn't able to work on the garden here very much. Thankfully, my wife and kids were doing what they could to try to keep things under control. I got back in town just yesterday evening, or actually the day before evening, really late. Checked the garden really early yesterday morning and saw that we have quite a few beans on the vine down there, but unfortunately the bean beetles are getting to them pretty heavily, and a lot of them are starting to die. The leaves are turning brown and falling off, and you just basically have a bare stalk with beans on it. So ran down to the garden first thing this morning and I ripped up all the contender beans. So I've taken them up here to the house. Well, that's a little shaky. Taking them up here to the house. I'm going to start picking the beans off here after a while. I've got to go inside first and do some work stuff, but it's going to be a lot easier to pick them here at the house in the back of the truck, and then I can dispose of the remaining plants up here. I'll probably actually put them in a pile, let them dry out, and then burn them to try and take care of those bean beetles. Or I may take them out in the field and spread them out. And we've got some wild turkeys that are roaming up here. We've got a gray hen with 3 little poults with her, and I may just go throw them over in the field and see if the turkeys will make use of the bean beetles. That'd be better than burning them, probably. I can let the turkeys eat the beetles and then I can burn them. That's what I'll probably do. Anyway, you can see got a truck bed full here of the bean plants. I'm gonna start picking them in a little bit. We got rain scheduled to come in this afternoon, so don't really know how much of that we're gonna get. Anyway, we got a lot of things got to get done this weekend. I picked a 1/4 bushel of okra yesterday morning bright and early, and the wife is going to be making pickled okra today. The kids and I love pickled okra. We love to eat on it all year long, so that's really good. And the potatoes are sitting over here in front of me. They've been in front of this fan now for 5 days. They should be good and dry, but now we need to go through them and sort them out, pick out the ones that may have puncture holes in them, put them into a bucket that gets used first, and then we're probably going to start sorting them out by size, where the smaller ones, they tend to go bad faster. So probably put the smaller ones in separate buckets, put the larger ones in milk crates, and I'll take them to the crawl space and put them down there for long-term storage. So I'm going to start picking these beans off here in a little bit, and I'll catch back up with you in a little bit. Alright, well, I pulled the truck in the garage here. Had to go inside and do some work, and by the time I got done with my work, the sun was starting to shine down almost in the truck bed, and I didn't want to burn all these beans up, so I backed it into the garage here. So just kind of working through here. You know, there's still a whole bunch of beans on here, but the bean beetles are really bad on here. I may try to get a close-up of one here in a minute so you can see what they look like, but just going through here, picking the beans off. Ow. Sweat bee got me. And going in the basket, and I'm throwing the plants over in the other truck bed over there to go haul off and do something with. But done pretty good so far. I mean, getting pretty good number of beans here. I think probably by the time we're done, we may be close to a 1/2 bushel. Because I still have a bunch of beans to go through up through there. So I will check in with you here when we get close to the end and show you how many of these contender beans we had today. Well, we're finished pulling these beans off, and as you see, we've got a heaped up 1/2 bushel basket here out of this entire truck bed full of bean plants. So, you know, like I said, the bean beetles got to them pretty good, plus they're getting to the end of their life. We've already picked, I guess this is the third picking we've done on these beans themselves. So, you know, that's done. Got that row ripped out. We still have a row of Blue Lake beans that are hanging full that we're going to go pick. Those plants look better. They don't have the bean beetles going on the way that these plants had. So we're going to go pick those later. And then the white half runners are also hanging full. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get probably a 1/2 bushel off of each of those. So we should hopefully get another bushel of beans. I'm going to try to go pick tomorrow, try to recruit the kids to go help me pick. But anyway, that's what we got so far. I am filthy here. These beans, you know, they just cling to whatever they come into contact with for the most part. But there's a few bean beetles in here crawling around. I've got to go get the leaf blower, and I'm going to blow the garage out and pull the vehicles out into the yard. And I'm going to use the leaf blower and blow all this junk out of the back of them. And I'm going to haul the bean plants, what's left, over into the field beside our wildlife and pollinator plots, and just dump them out and see if the turkeys or deer will eat any of it. So I'm going to get that taken care of, but we'll catch back up with you a little bit later in the video here when we go back down to the garden and do some more work. What's up, everybody? It is Saturday, August 17th, and in the last video I was down here and I pulled the contender beans over here in the row beside us. Now we're here at the Blue Lakes, and I have to say, I was going to pull these plants today, but they are producing some enormous perfect beans. So we're going to take a look here and see. And I mean, I'm just looking, there are beans galore in here. This is going to be probably the biggest harvest we've had this year. Obviously, I've talked about before how the beans were really slow to get started this year. So looking forward to seeing what we're going to get out of this. But we got to get these beans picked. The tomatoes, I'm looking up the row here. There are no ripe tomatoes. These tomatoes just aren't ripening. They're hanging full of green tomatoes and they're not turning. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about that. But after we do something with these Blue Lakes, the white half runners over here are hanging full. The bean beetles are hitting them, starting to get pretty hard. You can start to see where the leaves are getting chewed up on here. So we're probably just going to go ahead and pull these anyway. But the white half runners, we're going to have to go through and just pick them traditionally, because you can't pull those vines off that trellis until they're dead and gone. But we're going to get started working here on these beans, and let's see what we get.
Why are you videoing me?
Alright, everybody, so we just finished right out here. We picked almost a half bushel of white half runner beans. I've already got that basket in the truck. I'm not going to go get it back out. We pulled up about a third of the Blue Lake plants. We're going to take them. They're so full of beans that I think we're going to get a pretty good yield out of just these that we pulled. And we'll see what that looks like. And then I can come back down and pull more if I need to after that. I just don't want to overload my wife with beans right now because she's going to have a lot to do between the white half runners, which are string beans, and they take a little while to break. And then these Blue Lakes right here. Like I said, tomatoes are really struggling. We picked a few just now. That they're hanging full. I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just because the drought stunted them so much that the plants never fully matured, and they're still just now trying to mature to the point to where they can start actually ripening. But I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Squash beetles, squash bugs have destroyed my zucchini and yellow squash, so we're pulling those plants up now because they're just shredded. The stems are falling into mush. We just picked probably another gallon to a gallon and a half of okra. We're averaging about a gallon of okra every 2 days. We're going to go to the house in a little bit and we're going to pickle some of that. Pickle some of the okra we picked 2 days ago as well. And then it's almost time to start harvesting our winter squash because the zucchini rampancantes are starting to mature and turn that deep orange color. The honeyboat delicata, well, I'll do another video on all that whenever it comes time to harvest it, but that's almost time to get that stuff done. But we're gonna get ready, get loaded up, and go to the house and get started working up these beans and getting things done. And I guess that's going to be it for this video. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, I'd appreciate if you go in and you hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the little bell button to be notified every time we upload a new video. But thank you for watching. Hope your garden's still doing well. Let me know, drop a comment below how yours is doing, and if you're transitioning out of summer into fall, which is what we're about to start doing as well. So thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Happy gardening.